Gary McNulty. It's nice to finally meet up with you. I just want to thank you really quick for your time today. I'm Jessica Dowell from Gartner.
Hi, Jess. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. I'm really glad that we found time to meet up that worked for both of us. I know we have really busy schedules right now and just feel like we've been going back and forth with phone tag, trying to meet up here and there, but I'm glad we found the time to meet up.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy too. I'm actually very excited to meet with you today. So I have noticed that you have had a lot of past experience working and leading IT departments of multiple organizations. So first off, I just want to congratulate you with your new position as Vice President of the IT department at Arslan. So how would you say that's been treating you so far?
Thank you. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. I have had a lot of experience at other companies, but it's always a little tough to adjust when you're moving to a new company.
Yeah.
But with change comes growth, so I'm really looking forward to it. I've had a lot to learn, and I have a lot on my plate right now, so sometimes it's been a little bit stressful at work, but I'm hoping that can improve soon.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Stressful times are never fun, but how has your company been supportive of this transition for you?
Yeah, they have been supportive. It's just the whole company is under a lot of pressure and stress right now. So everyone has kind of been focused on their own projects and like their own departments and whatever their goal is. So I have been pretty much dealing with the IT department by myself, which is a lot to take in because I'm new here. So I'm trying to learn, what this department's, what their goals are for this upcoming weeks and stuff. And so it's just been a lot on my plate.
Yeah, definitely. I could see how that could be hard. And would you say you have anybody in the company that you can go to and get advice from, or you feel as if you're kind of alone, like one person having to deal with all of these responsibilities?
Yeah, I feel like it's heavily on my shoulders. I have the CEO and people above me, but they're busy dealing with overall company goals, and so my goal is to just work with the IT department. So I'm like the top of them, and I'm trying to like disperse.
Transitioning to a new company is never easy. But luckily that is why we're meeting today. So ultimately our goal is to see whether it makes sense to form a business partnership between Gartner and Arslan. So typically how we do that is we're going to discuss some of Arslan's company goals. Then we're going to talk about your role and how you can help achieve those goals. And then any obstacles that might be preventing you from reaching those goals that Gartner could potentially help you with. So is there anything that you want to add to that agenda I kind of just covered with you?
No, I think that sounds good, and I think that'll pretty much cover everything.
Okay, awesome. So let's get started then. So I noticed that Arslan works very closely with their customers to enhance efficiency and productivity, which is great because that's also the goal of Gartner as well. We really want to enhance your efficiency and productivity as in your role as a CIO.
Yes, Arslan is strongly focused on creating opportunity for our customers through every department of the company. Any way to increase efficiency and productivity is of interest to us.
Great, I'm happy to hear that. When doing my research, I also noticed that Arslan's revenues have been very slowly increasing over the past 10 years. So what are your future company goals regarding revenues?
Yeah, we would love to grow our revenues more, but with the status of the market right now, that has been really challenging for us as competition is high. Right now, we are focused more on increasing our company's profitability.
Okay, so your focus is on maximizing your company's profitability, whether that is by decreasing costs or increasing revenues in other areas?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and by how much are you potentially looking to increase that profitability?
We're aiming to increase our profitability by 5% this year.
Okay, and can you help me translate that into a dollar amount?
Profits have been close to 100 million, so we would be looking to increase that by 5 million.
Okay, wow, that's a big goal. So how do you feel that you could help your company in reaching that goal as your role of the Vice President of the IT department?
Yes, it is a big goal. Well, the IT department currently has a pretty big budget, so if we could possibly reduce my budget, then we would be able to increase profitability.
Okay. So how much money is your company allocating to the IT department, and by how much would you like to cut that cost by?
Yeah, so we currently allocate about 300,000 to the IT department, and that's just them alone. And then the CEO would like to cut my budget by 25%, which would translate to 75,000.
Wow, that's a significant amount of money. Um, do you feel capable that you could do that?
Well, I don't feel as if I have enough experience or knowledge with budgeting to do it on my own, especially in the timeline that the CEO has set for us.
Yeah, I could see how that could be hard then. And what is that timeline that he has set for you?
About 3 weeks.
Wow, that's not a lot of time. I can definitely see why you've been stressed lately.
Yeah, it's been a lot of pressure on me.
Well, it seems as if your current method of budgeting is not adequate for the goals that you are trying to reach for cutting your budget within that 3 week time period. And if you aren't able to do that, then it seems as if you may let your peers and CEO down because you won't be doing your part to contribute to the overall company goal. Is that correct?
Yes, that's on point. I would really hate to let my coworkers down and be the reason why that we cannot reach our goal.
Yeah. So just to recap before we move forward, the main roadblocks that you're experiencing when trying to reach this goal is that you don't feel as if you have the budgeting knowledge or experience that you need. You also, your budgeting system that you're using right now is not adequate and it's lacking in its capabilities. And you don't really have anybody that has that knowledge of CIO that you can reach out to and get some advice. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
All right, well, a lot of the problems that we recently mentioned can be solved with Gartner. So let's move on to the capabilities and benefits that Gartner can offer you.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna look over here now. I'm just gonna show you this on the screen so you can get a little idea of what it looks like.
Okay.
So first off, one of your biggest challenges was regarding budgeting.
Right.
If we look over here, Gartner offers an IT key metrics and also an IT budget tool that can help CIOs with budgeting.
Okay.
So I'm going to go over both parts of those really quickly. The IT key metrics has over 90 individual reports that represents over 7,000 data points coming from more than 80 countries across 21 vertical industries.
Wow.
Yes. So now the IT budget tool is going to allow you to compare those IT metrics to others in your industry. So you can see here that the IT budget tool is going to give you insight to how your spending compares on a variety of different measures.
Okay.
So for example, some of those measures might be your IT spending per employee, your operational spending versus capital expenditures, your IT spending by technology domain. We can look at your expense ratios, human capital expenses, and there's even more to offer here. It goes really in depth. So you'll be able to assess your budgeting performance compared to your peers, which is going to give you an idea and a little bit of guidance on how you could change or adjust your budget since you feel like you're lacking in budgeting knowledge. So being able to look at other people can really help you in your company. So do you think that having access to something like this would help you meet your budget cut within that 3 weeks?
Yeah, definitely. I think something like this would be really helpful and provide a lot of information and guidance that I'm currently lacking when it comes to budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
So the breakdown of the IT budget would make it more simple for when I'm trying to cut costs. And I think my only concern is that the application isn't specific enough to our industry and therefore may not provide accurate information for Arslan.
Okay, yeah. So that definitely is a common concern for many of our clients. But the good news is Gartner can be customized for each individual customer that we deal with. So therefore, it's going to ensure that the knowledge and information that you're receiving is relevant to your company as well as your industry.
So all of the information you provide can be 100% relied upon and used to help with our budgeting?
Yes, that's correct. So all of our clients that have had that same concern in the past found that Gartner was effective and relevant once they actually put it into use for their company. So you can feel confident that our service will work for you.
Okay, well, that is really great to hear.
Awesome. So now, addressing your second challenge, if we look over here again, we're now going to look at the executive partner tab. So Gartner also offers an executive partner, which is going to be a point of contact for our CIOs. This executive partner has professional experience and knowledge working as a CIO. Our service offers you a monthly 60-minute call, and you're also going to have one annual on-site workshop with the executive partner. So since you mentioned that you don't have anyone currently that you can get advice from that is in your position and knows what you're dealing with, this executive partner will allow you the opportunity to get advice and guidance from a trusted professional. So does that sound like it would be helpful for you?
Yes, that sounds like it would be really beneficial, especially knowing that the advice is coming from a source that can be relied upon.
Great. So we have gone over some of the capabilities that would help you overcome the challenges that you're currently experiencing. So are there any other questions that you have on before we move forward on the pricing for Gartner?
No, not that I can think of. So let's move on to how much this costs.
All right, so looking back over here again, in order to have access to the cost optimization tools, which is including that IT budget and the key metrics that we discussed earlier, as well as the executive partner, this is going to be the price that we're looking at.
Okay, so 50,000 for 3 years. Well, that's a bit more than I was expecting. I'm not sure that I would be able to get my CEO on board with an investment that large.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that that large investment can be hard to justify up front. But let's just go over really quick and remember. So we agreed that you have to try and cut your budget by $75,000 within 3 weeks. And that is to contribute to your company's overall goal of increasing their profitability of $5 million. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So the current resources you're using now are lacking in its capabilities to do that. And we just went over how Gartner can help you achieve those goals. Is that also correct?
Yes, that's also right.
So would you agree that the $50,000 investment could be justified by the benefits that Gartner has to offer you?
Yes, I do agree. I'm just not sure that the CEO would be on board. He often requires to see a 3 times return from any investment before he makes the overall decision for the company.
All right, yeah. So do you think if we can put something together, all of the information that we just looked at, all of the benefits that we covered, if we could somehow put that together and show the CEO how that investment could result in a 3 times return for the company, do you think he would be open to starting a business partnership between Gartner and Arslan?
I think with all of that information, and if you could come up with some kind of strategy to show him, I think he would definitely consider it.
Okay. So before we move forward with that, is there any other reservations that we missed that you have regarding this purchase decision?
I don't think so. Just as long as we can get the CEO on board. I know I would be really happy to invest. It would take a lot of stress off of me and hopefully just benefit our company.
Okay, great. So when would you be available to meet and discuss this with the CEO? Is there a time that works best with you? Potentially sometime this week so we can really get this moving.
Yeah, well, for me, I would be available at 5 tomorrow. I can shoot over an email to the CEO and see if he could maybe join us on this meeting and we can see if we can get him on board.
Okay, awesome. So 5 p.m. tomorrow, is that correct?
Yeah, I think that should work fine with me. So I'll contact him and then I can call you, or
Okay,
if you
perfect.
wanna leave me an email.
Yes, that will work great. I will work tonight and try to put something together so we can present that to the CEO and help get him on board. So thank you again for your time today. I really look forward to meeting with you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time and sharing all this information with me, and I'm really excited about this, and I'm hoping everything comes together. So I will see you tomorrow then.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.